Of course, I'm always excited to share stuff with my fans and their families all over the world, but I'm really excited to see what my kids think. I hope they like it, but I'm really looking forward to their reactions, to hearing my voice. Hopefully, I get some cool points with that. Ooh, go after it now. Do not wait. You just never know what you can do. Just go for it. I always believed in that. I always acted in faith, and I trusted myself, and I trusted that my dream was something real and not just something I was fantasizing about. I really believed that it was something that I wanted to get and achieve, and I just went for it.
Obviously, the title itself, like, do you want to be in the Smurfs movie? And I was like, heck yes. But then they said, P.S. Rihanna is Smurfette and she's producing it, and my wig flew off. To be perfectly honest with you, it feels incredible. Honestly, I love being part of these movies that have a wonderful message. It's really fun, it's high energy, but at the core of it is a really medicinal message to kids to to value what is special about yourself and figure out what your gifts are and how you can give to your family and your community. I love telling that message, and I love hearing that message. The thing I love about animation is that I'm not limited by this donkey-like body, which I can only, there are only so many moves I have. And they are fly moves, admittedly. They're pretty fantastic. But when I'm doing animation, I can do way cooler moves because somebody can draw it.
I always thought that was great. It's a great idea, and it looked like a lot of fun. I know the kids really liked them. So I jumped in, and it was a great script with nice little message about finding out who you are in life and getting on with it and supporting your family and your community. So it's a lot of work for me. I put my whole body into everything to make it sound more authentic, and it's pretty draining. I'm pretty tired after. Well, I'm tired now. I'm looking forward to seeing what they brought to it, but it's an all-star lineup and a lot of good fun people. I think just the experience of going to a theater with other families, with other people, other kids, it's part of a little group that you're having fun, and maybe at the end of it you might walk away with a little something.
We were all fans of Smurfs growing up. They've been around a long time. I've always been partial to like the whole collective gang, but Papa Smurf is kind of my favorite. I love animation. I love the director, he's great, and had an incredible cast, so it was just a fun project to be part of. I've loved Pam Brady, who wrote it, so it's a cool team. It's incredible. That's the fun thing about animation is you kind of all come in at different times, and then you see a movie and it's got this crazy ensemble. So there's so many actors I admire that are in this movie. Movies are an immersive experience. It's really hard to get that, and they're a collective experience. So there's something about sitting in a dark room with a ton of people and all experiencing something together and having a shared experience. It's hard to get that at home. Unless you live with like 800 people, which is like fair enough, I guess, and have a giant screen in your living room. But the movies are never gonna die.
They reached out and said, you sound like a brainy Smurf, so we want you, so we want you to be brainy Smurf, but I just like that he had the different color hat, I like that. I really love getting to work as a team, and this, a lot of the work that I've gotten to do before has been, super fantastic because of that, and when they said that Rihanna was Smurfette, I was like, oh, I know that there's going to be a really great team behind this. And Chris Miller, our director, is a stand-up dude. So that was mainly the main pull, and then the rest of the cast ended up being fantastic. When I got to watch this movie, we were with a bunch of, honestly, 0 to 10-year-olds. And I think watching it in that room was maybe one of the best experiences that I've had so far, just because there's nothing like a room full of, it really gets the giggles out, I think.
Well, Chris Miller, who is the director, when he calls, you just say yes, because he's the best. So I like doing kids' movies. I'm a godmother, and it gives me street cred. It's funny when you do voiceovers and this is huge cast and you can say you worked with them, but you don't really, you're not in the booth with them. So I'm big fans of everybody, you know, who's doing voices in this movie. I mean, come on. Nick Kroll, I mean, he's one of my favorites. I think it's always fun to have a big summer movie come out. It is for kids, but yet for adults too. And I'm being the godmother. I cannot wait to bring my godkids to see this movie. It just makes everybody happy, and I think we could use that right now.
I feel the opposite of my character. I am not worried at all. I am so excited to be a part of this. When I got this call, I was like, wait, are you sure you're calling the right person? Because this is kind of my dream job, because I was obsessed with the Smurfs when I was a kid. So I'm absolutely in awe of this whole situation. This is so cool. The most fun part about doing voiceover work for an animated film is getting to be in sweatpants, baby. You can get in there, wear sweatpants, be as crazy as you want, because I'm pretty crazy and sometimes I have to rein it in when cameras are on me. Sorry. But when you're in the booth, you can kind of just be the most insane version of yourself and wear sweatpants. So that's kind of a huge win. I'm just excited to go to the theater with my kids because it's one of the most fun things to do in the world, like watching my son be in the theater and eat his popcorn and drink an icy and watch something amazing like this on the screen. There's like no better thing to do with your kids in the world, and I'm just so excited that I get to do that with my kids because my kids don't get to watch my movies. So this was a big win for me.
So my daughter is just about to turn 11, so I've done it for her. Yes, I love doing animated voice work for my girl. Yeah, I'm sure she thinks I'm ridiculous because in every single one I just sound a bit different and a bit weird, but she loves it. I come from theatre, and you use musical theatre, so you use your voice all the time, and I love that I can go into a booth, I can literally have just rolled out of bed 5 minutes before, and you can create a character completely with your voice. Yeah? I mean, you know what's pretty cool? For me, John Goodman, is he here? Isn't he just epic? I love him. So for me, that was the pull. And obviously, there's this little-known singer in it called Rihanna. Because every movie should be seen in the theaters, people. Fact. You can watch it afterwards on TV, but see it how the director intended. You know? And why would you not want to see, like, these little boo people massive?
It feels like such a full circle moment. I feel like growing up watching them, I was like, oh, I can't believe I'm doing that now and giving these songs to other kids. Yeah, so my song Higher Love that I wrote with my best friends, we honestly were just channeling that excitement and joy and fun that kind of embodies the Smurfs. So that's kind of how the idea came about.
I cannot even tell you how honored I am and amazed that I get to be part of the Smurfs. It's just like something that's been part of my DNA since I was a child, and to get to like be part of it and be part of an amazing cast is just so incredible to me. I'm so excited. Well, I mean, who doesn't want to be a Smurf? They're so cute. They're blue. Blue is my favorite color. And I get to bring to life Azrael. I'm a cat lover. I have a cat. I've had cats. I'm a huge cat enthusiast. So to get to be Azrael is like the icing on top of the cake.
Oh my God, yes. The voice cast goes so deep. We have Nick Offerman. We've got Kurt Russell. We've got John Goodman. We've got Amy Sedaris, Natasha Lyonne, Rihanna, the Queen. So, and James Corden. I mean, so the idea of like we have this much talent in one place is pretty exciting, and so we feel very lucky that we got them. It's Smurf power. I really do think everyone's attracted to the Smurf power. I think this is a fun blockbuster. Everyone's going to have a great time, and you're going to hear a song by Rihanna for the first time in how many years? 8 years? And it's just a fun movie where Smurfs defeat evil. Don't we need a little bit of that in our lives right now? Like some loving Smurfs.
So I have a bunch of songs in there, but my favorite one I would say is Higher Love with Cardi B, DJ Khaled, Subi, and Desi Trill. That song actually has Punjabi music in it, and I'm Indian, so it was really cool to bring my culture to the Smurfs and watch them do some choreography to Bollywood.
I love movies. I love animated movies, and the Smurfs have been huge for me since I was a kid, so to be part of it later in life, 10 years later, 15 years later, is amazing.
Most times in animation, I do play more than one role in something, but it's usually a name role and then maybe like ice cream vendor or some other little side role. So to get to not only play two big roles, but two feuding brothers, it's a dream. Well, my favorite color is blue. I guess that's a start. But also to get to play a classic villain. I love playing villains. They're always the most fun. And I get to play two of them. So it was a no-brainer. I think it's that feeling of finding your purpose. I mean, that's always been such an important thing for me, both as an artist myself, but also as a teacher of voiceover students and helping them find their purpose. And I think No Name Smurf is really just a wonderful example of finding where you belong.
It's literally unbelievable, man. I worked on the song Everything Goes with Blue, and just the fact that anything I've done has been a part of this cartoon, honestly, I've loved for my entire life. It's beyond. It's above and beyond.
A lot of the songs we actually did for the Smurfs film were of Indian sort of inspiration. I've been doing a lot of work in India in the last couple of years. And Natanya, who's actually on, helped to write the Tyla song, she's on the record with Cardi B and DJ Khaled, Higher Love. We worked together very closely on her solo project. And so we did a bunch of songs, and they loved them for the soundtrack, and yeah.
As a child growing up, coming from India, this was like one of the big franchises of movies in cinemas, like animations and films. So like, it's a full circle moment where it was a dream to kind of make music for such a big animation film. And it just somehow God's will turned around and it came on our hands, and we are like super blessful for that, man.
Sure. So the song that I'm in as an artist is called Higher Love, and it's really a song about giving love to the universe. It's about the most highest thing that you would ever want is love. And the whole idea of Smurfs is such a joyful, beautiful world, and their concept is also about like bringing love. It's all about the community, and that's really what Higher Love is about.
It's always been my dream to do a song for an animated movie. Because I grew up watching a lot of cartoons, and I actually work in voiceover as well. So cartoons have just always been my favorite, anything animated. So this was a passion project of mine for sure.
I knew what I loved about it, you know, what spoke to me, and yeah, to capture the DNA of what was in those original comics, but make it contemporary. So it feels like a handcrafted comic book, in the moment, made real, but with a little bit of volume to exist in a world that I think we created that makes you want to step inside of it, makes you want to hang out there. Amazing actors, amazing comedians, and could deliver humor and vulnerability and anything the story asked for. And the one thing that they all shared, top to bottom, was that, I don't know, like sort of generational connection to Smurfs. Like everybody had something like from their childhood or when they were in their 20s or whenever, but everybody brought this thing, this collective love for Smurfs to the movie. It answers the question, like for me, I always wondered this. I'm like, all right, I love Smurfs, but what is a Smurf? And this movie answers that question.